Hey guys, so I wanted to do a pregnancy update today, but I also have to make some food before I head off to work. So I'm just making Eden and Terry some banana, honey and oat loaf. So I'm just going to do that while I film. So if I'm looking down constantly, that's because that's what I'm doing. And also I wrote notes for what to talk about. So yeah. Okay, so pregnancy update. So I haven't even been for a scan yet. I don't know how long it's been since we've known that I was pregnant. I've lost count. But they haven't sent me for a scan yet. So I don't go till the 2nd of December because one doctor is going off my period and my last period, and my normal doctor is going off ovulation. So when I called the place for the ultrasound, I don't know what I'm doing. They wanted to go off ovulation as well, just to be safe. So we're doing that. So my first scan will be the 2nd of December. So, and hopefully they'll tell us that we're, about 9 weeks, I think, hopefully by then. That will be good. What bananas do I have? Yeah. But anyway, so that's that bit. I did have all my bloods done. They make you do like a big set of bloods when you find out you're pregnant. So I've had those done. But I'm not getting the results back from those till after my ultrasound results come back either, because I've had to go for another ultrasound on Wednesday, and this one's on my hip. So I've had an ultrasound on my hip, the bloods, and then I'll have my ultrasound to check on the baby and do my dating scan and stuff like that. So once all 3 of those results are in, then I'll go back. But it was good. I didn't faint this time, which was nice. What else? Yeah, so the ultrasound on my hip. So I'm having like a lot of pain in my hip when I roll out of bed, when I get up from sitting down, anything like that. I'm getting a fair bit of pain. And it runs from my hip down my leg, probably about 10-15 centimeters in. So that's a little bit poo. So that's what we had the ultrasound there for. They're thinking it's a bit of inflammation, but we don't know. So I've also got pain in my shoulder as well, but they think it's my body compensating for the pain in my hip. That's out. That is my dishwasher. Yeah, so that's that. What else? I think that's it. So a lot of people are asking me, because with both Eden and Noah, I knew what I was having before I found out. Everyone's asking what I'm thinking this baby is. Give me a second. So I thought I'd run through my list of symptoms currently and try and get an idea of what the gender could be based on those. So I wrote a list, and what have we got? All right. So I'll list out the symptom and then I'll say whether boy or girl. Okay, sorry. All right. Nausea and vomiting, girl. So initially when I posted the announcement that I was pregnant, I also posted a little clip where I'd just been sick, and I was saying I think it must be a boy because of that. So I was actually taking a, what do you call it? Like a conception vitamin, not yet started the pregnancy vitamin. And I hadn't eaten, it happened 2 days in a row. I hadn't eaten when I took it, and about 10-15 minutes later I was sick. So when I swapped from that over to the pregnancy vitamin, which if you're wondering which one I'm using, I'm taking Blackmore's because Elevate makes me sick. So when I swapped over to that and had a meal with it at the same time, gross hands, I stopped being sick. So I haven't, aside from if I'm cleaning my tongue and I already feel a little bit nauseous, then I'll throw up. But aside from that, I don't really. So yeah, it's pretty much just been nausea. So based on that, I'm going to say girl, because with Eden, I had a little bit of vomiting. Not straight away. It took a couple of months before the vomiting kicked in with her, and it didn't last very long. whereas with Noah, I was sick pretty much from the get-go. Back pain, boy. With Eden, it was in my lower back. With Noah, it was in the middle of my back, and it's in the same place again. Cravings and food aversions. So it's really weird. I've sort of been getting cravings, not cravings so much as I tend to get more food aversions than I do cravings, but regardless of how you look at that, seems to sit a bit of both. I'm sort of craving the sweet stuff. It's not that I'm craving it, but so the other day, the only way to settle my stomach was Tim Tams and Milo, which was probably more of an Eden thing. But then by the same token, most of the time, if I'm like, what do I feel like eating? It's usually like hot chips or something, which was a Noah thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna say both or either. Acne. Okay, so I'm getting breakouts on my face. I'm also getting back knee. It's disgusting. And that was a girl thing. That was Eden. I got that. I hated selfies while I was pregnant with Eden because I just felt like I looked disgusting. And they do say that the girls take the mother's beauty while they're in utero. So it was right for me last time. Boils. So I've had 2 boils already, and I've never in my life had them before until I was pregnant with Noah. So yeah, I've had 2 of those. So I'm gonna say boy. Weight gain. This one's hard. So I've already gained like 1.5 kilos, but it's also my 3rd baby. So I gained faster with Noah than I did with Eden. But they also say you get bigger faster with consecutive babies. So I'd say boy, but I don't know if it's just 3rd baby syndrome. Cramping. Okay, so I'm getting like a fair bit of, I don't know if everyone gets it, but with both mine, in the first couple of weeks, I got like, sort of like period pain. At first with Eden, I actually confused it for my period and just kept waiting for it to come. And it didn't. And yeah, so it ended up being pregnancy. So I'm getting that a bit this time, but it's actually a lot more uncomfortable. It's a little bit more painful this time. Not unbearable, obviously, but just really sometimes gets uncomfortable. So with that, I'd say both again, because as I said, I got it with both the kids. It's just worse this time. I have headaches, which I got predominantly with Eden, for memory, more so than Noah, so I'll say girl. Like body aches and muscle tiredness. I don't recall having the same degree of body ache and muscle tiredness with either of my kids as I have right now. Terry thinks he does, but I don't. As in, Terry thinks he does recall me having it with those 2, but I don't. So I can't really say for that. Bloating, it's happened really fast. So it did that with Noah as well. I got really fast bloated, and so I ended up announcing early with Noah as well because it was looking pretty obvious. Okay, so I also suffered for like a long time with hay fever and I think it's RSI, repetitive strain injury in my wrist. Separate issues, obviously. So anyway, when I was pregnant with Eden, she actually cured me or healed me of it. And I didn't have either of those things for 2.5 years. It wasn't until it was just sort of starting to get a little bit symptomatic again just before I got pregnant with Noah. And then with Noah, it was starting to happen again. Not too bad. This time both of them are back in full swing. Based on that, I'm going to say it's a boy because, as I said, Noah, it started to come back a bit with Noah. Okay, Chinese gender predictor says boy. Ovulation until we find out the estimated conception date. That's a bit hard to tell, but based on our activity, recorded activity, it says predominantly girl. Okay, so Eden. when I was pregnant with Noah, I'd taken a test and it came back negative. And then about a week later, I was in the shower with Eden and she says, "Mummy, there's a baby in your tummy." And I said, "No, honey, there isn't a baby in Mummy's tummy." Anyhow, she was quite insistent. Sure enough, a week later, and I get a positive test. So she also, before we went and checked the gender, she also told me she was having a brother. So based on Eden's conclusions, depending on the day, predominantly she says there's 2 babies. If I ask her a girl or boy, she says 2. And predominantly her answer is 2, but occasionally she'll say 3, and she's even named them. So according to Eden, their names are James, Arthur, and Emily. Not happening. And sorry. So based on all of that, that's about all I have to go off. My conclusion is it's either twins, and it's one of each, or I'm inclined to say boy. So time shall tell. As I said, we're not sure how far I am really, but I'm guessing somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks. But we'll have more of an idea then. So we're still quite a while from finding out what we're having, which we are going to do because I can't stand secrets. Surprises, I mean. I can't wait. I don't like waiting. So that's that. That's everything I've written down. It is. Yeah, so but I'll obviously share the gender and stuff like that. I'm not going to do like a gender reveal party thing. I don't like them, to be honest. I think they're so overdone and they're running out of unique ideas. So I will not be doing that. I will just go shopping for boy or girl. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. And I'll show you my tummy. Give me a second. I'll already, I think, be able to start, well, I am right now, wearing clothes that show my belly because it already looks like a baby bump, even though really it's just a bit of fat. So anyhow, I don't know if you can see there, it looks a bit like a baby bump. So yeah, I think it'll be funny when people start saying, "Oh, you mustn't have far to go," and I'll be like, "I know, you're only, 33 weeks or something like that." I can't wait. I love messing with people. So that'll be fun. Anyway, but I will keep updating when there's a proper belly to show. I will belly update. I'm going to try and do, not weight loss stuff, but I really want to try and focus on health more this pregnancy. I've struggled so far because with the nausea and because I'm not being sick, it's really hanging on and I'm feeling unwell for a lot of the day. So it's been a bit hard at the moment, but I really want to focus on health because I started at a higher weight this time than I did with the other 2. Not because I'm worried so much about my weight or anything like that. Now is not a time to be worried about that. I just want it to be healthy, and I think it will be hard to to focus on my weight or my health or anything much once I have the 3, and especially with the youngest 2 being so close, because I think they'll end up being about 18 months apart. So yeah, that's that. But so I'll try and maybe use you guys as inspiration to do that and post anything I'm doing food wise, not exercise wise, but I will be probably using my cross trainer and stuff like that just for a little bit of light exercise, but that'll be hip pending because I don't want to put any extra pressure on my hip because it's really quite uncomfortable already. And yeah, and then hopefully, you guys, it would be awesome if you guys could share with me anything that you guys get up to in your pregnancy in terms of healthy eating, exercise, all that sort of thing. That would be awesome. So I get some more ideas. I've never really done any of that during pregnancy before with Eden, the doctors were so sure that I wasn't going to be able to fall pregnant between working 2 jobs, and I was exercising a lot because previously I was training to go into the army. So I wasn't sleeping much, working 2 jobs and working out. So then they said something's got to give, and my 2 jobs couldn't, so it was the exercise. And then with Noah, I don't remember, I think maybe I was just too sick or too tired, and I didn't really do a whole lot with him either. So I don't know how I'm going to go this time, but I want to try. So anyway, I have no real experience with that. So any tips and advice anyone has, that would be awesome. And hopefully maybe we could do it together. Those of you pregnant, those of you not. We could just exchange ideas and stuff like that. So that would be awesome. But anyway, I hope everyone is doing well and not getting too sick, because it's been a bit of a crappy 6 weeks where we are for everyone with vomiting bugs and stuff. So I hope everyone's well, and look forward to catching up soon. Don't forget to follow the A&E Mummy page on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and let me know what you guys want to see and stuff like that. It'd be awesome. Bye.